I think we're live. I do believe we're live. Now that we're just literally going to make triangles now. We're going to make triangles so that we can do the puzzle that we've just I've just presented at 9 o'clock. And I thought it would be useful to just generally, since I've got to make them anyway, I'm going to do it as a live, and that way you can all share in it. I'm going to do it, I'm just going to share it as a watch party as well. And then that way I can tag a few people that I think it would be helpful to. So I'm going to add making triangles. Start the watch party. And then I'm going to paste the resource in the watch party, and I've also got to paste it with that one. It's always interesting. Hopefully I'm doing the right thing here. Okay, and right, if I refresh that, then we should have it. So in the watch party, I'm now going to, hello Nimi, we're going to make triangles now. We're going to make some triangles for those that, especially those that can't print out the resource. So I'm going to make triangles in a couple of different, well, 3 different ways. One is with a printout, one is with a protractor, and one is with a compass. So we're just going to literally do that live. I'm just going to invite a couple of people that this would be useful to. Useful to Dave. Useful to Eddie. Could definitely be useful to the other Eddie. Let's see if we can find his. There we go. Right, got a couple of people added there, and this could actually also be useful to. Just loading up a few people that might find this useful with their journey of home learning if they're not in the group. There you go. So we're going to start. That's it. So I've pasted, or I haven't done it in the, I've now pasted the, I don't know how that works. I don't know how to now get rid of, oh, there we go. That's how to do it. Now I see it. Oh, Rod's here. Hello, Michelle. Right, I've just tagged you, Michelle. Right, so, right, we're going to do it. So in the, I've pasted the resource in, oh, now done it twice. If you can print that out, the page that you're interested in is this one. This one here, so there's going to be 3 different ways of doing this. And I've just got to see what you're seeing. I've got to get to the page where, yeah, okay. So there's 3 different ways of doing this. I've just got to also close this curtain because by the time we're done, you won't be able to see anything for the sun. Right, that should sort that out. You'll be able to, that's better. Right, now, so I've got various bits of cardboard and I've actually now used up my thin card, but ideally you'll make templates with these thin bits of card because you're going to be drawing around them and you can draw nice straight lines with them. Now, these templates are actually different in size. I made these using a different method earlier, but that's a sort of cardboard. Cereal boxes, boxes of biscuits, that sort of thing. Actually, maybe I can use this box, this biscuit box, this box of biscuits box. I think, yes, I can actually use this. I'm going to use this one now. So, and the reason why you want to use a smaller box is, thin box is so that when you draw around these, because you need, write that on here, you need 10 of the, no, 8 of these, 8 of these, you need 10 of these and 14 of these. So you need quite a few. So you want to be able to do this accurately and without it being too onerous a job. So if I cut this box out, I'm not cutting it out as carefully as I could. If I make those nice straight lines, then those can be the edges of some of our triangles, which means we don't have to do that more than once. Now this is, I'm going to show you the method using these triangles that are printed out, and then I'm going to show you how to make your own triangles, 2 different ways of making your own triangles that have the right proportions, the right angles and the right proportions, because that's absolutely critical for this activity. There we go. That's not as straight as I'd like it. Now I keep all these bits of cards because I've got lots of activities where we need bits of cards, so I keep all these bits of card. I've got a bag full of bits of cards here, so that when I need something just that size, I've got it. So now what we're going to do is, on here, I am actually going to cut these out just for once, because I found, let me see, wait. Yeah, I'm going to cut them just around the edge, just around one of the edges, because I found that when I'm, this one anyway, for the right angle, it's helpful to be able to use an existing right angle. I'm going to use the right angle on the box. I'm going to choose the best right angle I've left on the box after I've hacked at it. And that's not a great right angle. That one there, that was a pretty good one. I'm just going to trim this little bit off here. That's a right angle. Okay, so I'm now going to put this one on there, and the idea is I'm going to use my compass. If you've got a compass, now's a good time to go and get it, because I will be using the compass in a minute. And what we do is we just use the compass to mark the points. That's those 2 points, and then draw a line across between those 2 points. And then we will have, so hopefully about the same as that. And then we're going to mark that one along there. Now that should be the same length. This is why I actually do quite like the idea of trimming it, because I'm then going to use one line to make 2. These lines have to be the same length, otherwise the puzzle won't work. Right, so that's there. And then all I need is one more dot here. I'll just use that to penetrate through, and then use my ruler to join those 2 lines, those 2 dots, sorry. And you don't have to do it that way. You can do it as a completely separate line. I just kind of like the idea of saving a bit. Now, once you join on the outside of it, I'll show you what to do when now this is these two lines here, the same length. There's only 2 lengths here. This is length A, this is length A, this is length B, this is length B, this is length B. So this is an equilateral triangle of length B. That is a right angled isosceles triangle of lengths A and B. That's the right angle there. And this is an equilateral triangle of length A. Its edge length is A. So that's not going to match any of those, but our isosceles triangle here has edge length of B, B and A. So that one will match. So I'm going to use that one again. I'll bring that one along there. I'm going to use that other edge to match it. So I've got less cuts. Okay, I'm going to use that one there. So again, all I have to do, match that edge there, which is the same length. And all I have to do is put a point here. This is all for to use a puzzle. Now, with these triangles are going to be useful for early years, and grown-ups obviously will have to, grown-ups or older siblings will have to make the triangles for the early years learners, but you do need this many triangles. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and we've got one more, which is our little isosceles triangle. And if we put that there, that's going to come off the card. So we're just going to put that one. I'm just going to make that one on its own. So we'll demonstrate how to make it, make one all on its own, and we'll just put 1 point there, 1 point there, and 1 point there. Make sure you're holding it firmly on so it doesn't move, and then join those 3 dots. One, 2, and see, all those years of design technology, drafting paid off, and then just cut them out. So that will then be our template. Now that is using the printout. So if you do not have the ability to print out, I'm going to show you how to make the other triangles, and then we'll do the cutting out of all the triangles to use for the puzzle. Oh, that wasn't very good. Didn't go very straight. So there's one. Now this is where this is my efficiency. I like time and motion studies. That would have been actually probably I became an electronic engineer. I think I'd have been better. Well, what I would have been good at is going into time and motion. I like time and motion. I like being efficient, finding the most efficient way, which is actually a very natural skill for a mathematician, to find the most beautiful, the most efficient solution, the one that you, oh look, I found a triangle. I found a triangle, hurrah! And so that's one of the reasons why I like doing this. Now you do bear in mind that you can insert inaccuracies doing this, but also as long as it's pretty much the same. So what I would also recommend actually is when we draw these out, when we make the copies, we keep these as a template and use all the copies as copies, and these we don't actually use these to make the puzzle. That'll do 2 things. It means you can keep using these as a template, you haven't used them up, and it means that all of the copies will be the same size, because when we draw around the outside of this, they'll be ever so slightly bigger. So keep these as templates and make the right amount of copies. So we've got, on this one, we're going to need 8 of these. We're going to need 14 of these. We're going to need 10 of these. And we're going to need 8 of these. I'm deliberately putting the numbers, well, as I say that, I was attempting to not put the numbers exactly. I think I've managed it. The human mind just insists on doing it the right way up. Never mind. I wanted to do them a bit offset because it doesn't actually matter which way round they are. But never mind. My brain just wouldn't let me do it. So how do you draw other types of triangles? So we want to draw other types of triangles. We may as well just draw them straight onto the card. And how do we draw them? I mean, without, now I'm going to do it on a piece of paper because otherwise I'm going to run out of card. So these are the 4 triangles that we have to make. Put those aside. Those are the 4 triangles we have to make. So what we're going to do is with a piece of paper, for the right angle triangle, don't make your life difficult. For the right angle triangle, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to tell you, we're just going to make them the same length as this, which is, not the easiest length. We don't have to make them the same length as this. Let's make them 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters long. So one of our, and then how long is the hypotenuse going to be? Well, we're just going to make it 6 because at least one of the edges will be a nice even number. So we're going to make it 6 centimeters. Nice right angle. You can measure it with a ruler. We're going to do this one with a ruler. We don't need a protractor for this one because we already have the right angle. So the paper itself gives us the right angle. We don't need a protractor. You do want to get it nice and accurately on there. So you can work out what those angles are. That's 90 degrees. What are those angles? So that's our right angle triangle. Now we can just measure the length of our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse being the long one. That's 8.5 centimeters. So it's 6 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 8.5 centimeters. Okay, so those are our dimensions. Now, that's our right angle triangle, which we need 14 of. Now we're going to make a 6 centimeter equilateral triangle. So may as well use our nice straight lines. Using our nice straight lines, we're going to mark off 6 centimeters. And then for this one, we're going to use a protractor. So using a protractor, set the protractor there. So we've got to watch carefully, but make sure it's lined up correctly. So these 2 edges want to be, I'm going to take this other paper from underneath now, because it causes errors if I'm not being very super careful. So that's got to be lined up there. That's got to be, whoops, you can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. That's got to be lined up. That's got to be lined up straight on that line. And then that's got to be in the right place there. There we go. So now push it down. Oh no, oh yes it is, it's good. Push it down nice and hard. And then we're going to go 60 degrees from there, 60 down to 30. Whoopsie, my brain, 30 off of 60. Hello, it's 60, it's right there. 60 right there. That's 60 degrees, so we'll be drawing a line there. And then on this side, same again. Set it nice and straight. Push it down nice and hard. And then we want 60 from there. Now this time I do have to do that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 120. There. And now, make sure you ignore that one that I made in error. So now we know this one's going to be 6 centimeters. So hopefully I've done this accurately enough. If I take that line up to 6 centimeters and the other one will join with it just at the right, just right. There you go. 6 centimeters. Now we have our 6 centimeter equilateral triangle. So the next one is 8.5. So 8.5 centimeters. We're going to go there. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. So actually we can just take that. So that's 8.5 centimeters, just coincidentally. So now we're going to do the same again. We're going to make sure that's lined up. Oh, we've only got one. Oh yes, here we go. So this one, the paper runs out, but we can line it up on the 90 degree, the one there, and that way we can make sure that we've got the angles right and make sure that is right. Well, that's all we really need to do. That's lined up and that's lined up, we know it's correct. And then 60, so what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 120 there. And then again here. Make sure both those 180s are on the edge of the paper. Make sure that dot is lined up, and we've got 60 degrees there. And in theory, if I've done it well, we now have 180, hello, 8.5 centimeters from there through that line to here. I've done it right. Then we've got that's the third one. And then finally, we've got an isosceles triangle, and we're going to do, the base is 6 centimeters. So we'll draw 6 centimeters here. And the angles for this are, these are 69 degrees. And then, so that means the top one is 70, 140, 138, 180, 140, 42. So the top one will be 42 degrees. So we want 42 degrees on both directions. So an isosceles triangle is 2 edges are the same, which means 2 angles are the same. And these are both 69, so we can work that one out, which is 180 minus 69 minus 69. So that wants to be 69. 69 there. And that wants to be 69 there. Then 20, 30, 40, 50, 69. This is definitely a useful activity in of itself, just drawing these triangles. It's taking a while, but hopefully it's useful to you. I'm not even measuring that one, I'm just going up to see. And then let's see, hopefully this is now going to be 8.5, I hope, on that line, 8.5. Ooh, it's not very accurate, that one. It'll be close enough. It'll be close enough. It's not perfect. It is not perfect, but hopefully it'll be close enough. So then you cut those out. And then the other way to do it is quite simply, if you've got a compass, compass is a really great way to do it. So for any of these triangles, let's say you want to make the isosceles triangle, start with the base, and then this one wants to be 8.5. So you're looking for an apex at 8.5. So you get the compass out, you set it to 8.5, and then now I need the other paper back. Use this one. Set it to there, and you draw a bit of an arc. You set it to there and draw another bit of an arc. And then you join the base and do exactly the same with this one. You set this one to 8.5 to get it there. And you set this one to 6 to get it there, from there and there. And this one, you would, I actually would just go ahead and use the corner of the bit of paper or the bit of card to get that one, because that's, or, yeah, no, that would also work. if you draw along 8.5 and then you're looking for 6 centimeters, and that should, so if you do 8.5 length and then you get 6.5 centimeter arc, that should give you a right angled triangle. So that would actually be a way of drawing a right angled triangle, an equilateral isosceles right angled triangle, and then just join those lines to make a triangle. So now we're going to transfer these. You cut those out. You'd have done this, by the way, on a bit of card so that you can use it as a template. Now we're going to make lots and lots and lots of triangles. We've got to make 8 of these. So now I'm going to get a little production line going. So we've got to make 8 of these. 1. As you can see, when you draw it, you've got 2 choices. You either cut it on the line or inside the line. But my choice is to cut it on the line, because that way I know I'm following it correctly. But these are going to be slightly different in size to these, which means that, well, it's not going to be the end of the world anyway. I'm going to be efficient again. I'm going to use my time and motion, but it's not going to be the most accurate way of doing it. But I am happy. I'd be happy with this result, because your tetra. I think it'll be fine using it this way. I think there'll be some people that are going, no, don't do it that way. If you want to be more accurate, please, 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 please be my guest and be super, super accurate with this. I'm going to save myself cuts by using tessellation and seeing if I can get as many triangles out in as short a time as possible, so that I have everything I need to do the session with the early years. So there, I'm going to actually stop at 2, 4, 6 for this session. I've got my dots. Look, this is what I did earlier. I have all my dots laid out from. Did we do that? So once you've got your shapes, I don't remember if I did that. Once you've got your shapes, you mark out a piece of paper, card with dots, and that way, and then you cut out the dots to do your mark. You basically mark one of these with dots through using a pointy device. And then once you've got the dots, you take it off, you see the dots, you join the dots with a ruler and then cut them out. That's the way to do it if you've got a printer. I probably did that at the beginning, I just don't remember. Right, so that's the 8 centimeter, the large one. Here we have a few of these. The same again. 1, 2. Oh, I wonder, no, that won't work. That's fine. Will it? Might do. Maybe it will. 2, whoopsie. 2, 3. Yeah, it should do. Why was I thinking it wouldn't work? Why would it not work? Of course it will work. That's 3. How many do I need of these? 10. Now I do want to go, like that. No, that's, yes, like that. Use symmetry there. Follow that one across. 1, 2, 3. So you need 10 of these in all. If I can get 10, I'm going to get 9 out of this piece of card. I'm going to stop at 9. You can continue to 10. You can maybe use a bit bigger piece of card. And across and down. And then if you see, you can actually draw a straight line all the way across here and follow this pattern now that you've got it. And literally, as long as the lengths are absolutely critical. The lengths of these are totally critical. So if you've just joined us, we're making the triangles that we're going to need for the early years session. And we've made, if you print out the resource that's in the description, then you will Oh, tell you somebody I didn't tag. Hello, silly me. How do I? Hello, Michelle. Hello, Alan. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Michelle again. Hi, Noel. Whoopsie. Dawn. Hello, Dawn. Alina again. Eddie, Jacqueline, and Nimi's here as well. And I just wanted to add Richard. I wanted to add. Right. I can't see her name. Oh my goodness. This is actually see fewer. That's it. If I can see fewer, invite, and now I can see more. There we go. Okay, that's how to do it. Salvo. Hello, Salvo. Hi, Michelle. So I'm going to do the early years session just now, and then and see you at past. So this is what I'm doing for the early years session. So if you can stay to see it, that would be amazing, Michelle. Michelle's going to help me make some lovely resources for the course that we're creating, which is designed to help parents. Whoops, don't want what lines. Designed to help parents with maths at home. Michelle's writing early years activities to help parents with maths at home. Right, this one I want a nice right angle, a proper right angle for this one. And so we're going to go with the bit of card that I haven't cut. Whoopsie. And then once we've started, oh no, that was rubbish, it moved. Once we started with it, then we can, yeah, oh, that's nice, because we're going to make, you can see what shape. So this is all these kind of discoveries you can make while you're doing things like that. So can you see the shape that we're making? Now, does it matter? That's another question. Does it matter which way round this triangle is? So you can notice the symmetry of this shape as you're cutting out, as you're drawing out these shapes. You can do some lovely tiling and make them whatever shape you want them to be while you're doing this, having discussions about shapes, make discoveries about shapes. This is actually, I think this is a lovely activity in of itself. So I'm choosing to do it like this. So I'm tessellating my triangles in this way. But you could actually be lovely and creative and make yourself all kinds of lovely shapes in the process of creating your triangles. Now I need 14 of these. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into, I'm not going to restart this live, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into the early years session. And hopefully I've got 4 minutes left to have, that's 4, 8, that's going to be 12, and then that should hopefully give me enough. I still need to make the ones, so on the hour I will start presenting. That is not a good one. That is not a good one. Not a good one. Oh well, it'll be good enough hopefully. And start presenting the early years session. But we'll start by getting grown-ups or the older siblings to help make these shapes. So what we're doing is actually perfectly okay, because we're going to start the session by doing precisely this. Can you see what I'm doing now, or have I gone off the screen? Okay. And I'm really, really liking this. You can make shapes and explore symmetries and tessellation all in one activity. And really, is that the most efficient way? I can make, how many have I made? You can see I've got different patterns going on here. I could have continued that pattern in one way. There's all different patterns going on here. So this is a nice way of creating symmetry. So that's the third one. And then finally, I've got the small equilateral. Again, I'm going to start with the edge that I have been gifted by the box making company. I can do 2 across. Can I do 2 across? No, no, never mind. Okay, in that case, I'm going to use this edge that they've kind of gifted me and bring that one over there. So that was, I didn't look at that beforehand, did I? Bring that across. Oh no, let's go all the way across here, and then all we need to do is draw a line across the top. Hello. And we need 8 of these, so we can do this pretty quickly. 2, 3. So 1 minute to go. We're going to start our live in just a moment, and I'll be demonstrating this again. Only need 8 of these, so this is actually going to work out quite nicely. That's not in the right place. There we go. Oh, that's totally wrong. That is rubbish. That is a rubbish triangle. Right, and now we can just get the ruler and go across the top of those to get the other triangles. That gives me 7, and I need a total of 8. Hello, no, it's not 10 o'clock yet. Not going to start yet. Oh, look at that, my favorite shape. Oh, I've got my lovely Sierpinski tetrahedra going on here. I'm going to ignore that one there. I'm going to use this one because it's my favorite shape. It's a fractal. I'm going to make, I only need 8, but I'm going to make more because why not? Why wouldn't you when you can? And then, have you noticed any other shape that's happening here? Join the tops there, and have you seen any other shapes that those triangles are making? When you work with equilateral triangles, you get some lovely geometric shapes. So welcome to the early years session. We're going to be playing with triangles, and one thing we do have to do is we have to make some triangles in order to play with them. So I'm going to put it back in the comments so it's more recent. In the comments, you have a resource which, if you print that out, then you can make these triangles. Now, if you replay this video once we've finished the session, there are instructions on how to make these triangles. I'm not leaving you abandoned, but if you replay the live afterwards, you can literally sit with your young learners and make these triangles. So I'm going to play with the triangles a little bit. So what we've done is we've made, let me see, make sure you can see what I can see. Yes, so we've got 4 triangles we're going to be playing with. Now these are 4 very special triangles. If you use these 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You use these 4 triangles, you can make pyramids. You can make all kinds of different pyramids. So one thing you can do is you're going to make these triangles with your grown-ups or your older siblings, and have a look at them, see what edges are the same length, see if all the edges are the same length, or have a look and talk about the different edges, and they're all triangles, so where it's a triangle heaven today. So have a look at all the different types of triangles. What's the difference between that triangle and this triangle? I wonder what the similarities are, and wonder how they all fit together. And then once you've made loads and loads of triangles, then you can make some pyramids. You can use some sticky tape. Now, if you can possibly use masking tape like this, it's like kind of like paper tape. And look at this, check this out, look. Whoop! You can just cut it with your hands, and then you can paint it, which means that you can make all these pyramids and you can color them in and paint them to your heart's content. Now, what I've done is I've drawn all these cards with all these different triangles on them. Well, these are all the same. Can you see? When you're drawing your triangles with your grown-up, do it together with your grown-up or your older person. You might have an older sibling that's helping you. I don't know who's helping you. What you can do is you can notice the patterns. So with this one, look, if I cut this out, I've got to cut all these triangles out. But while you're doing it, look what you can do. Look what you can do. Ooh, that's hard. Okay, this one, I'm going to cut this triangle out here. point. There we go. We've got one triangle. Hooray! One triangle bites the dust. There we've got one. That's the same as this one. Now, what if I cut this out like this? Look at this. Check this out. There's all kinds of different things you can do. We're going to cut this out all the way to the end here. And then we're going to go down here. Kitchen scissors are super good for this, by the way. Grown up. Whoa. Now, look at these shapes here. You can see you can make all different shapes with triangles. Now, can you see this shape here? Look at that shape. I cut that out there, but you know what? That's not the shape I'm going to cut out because I want to find another. Oh no, I can have both. I can have the best of both worlds. I can use, how many triangles am I using to make this bigger triangle? And this one, if I cut off this little, whoa, I've just seen something nice here. I've got an ice cream cone. Oh, can you see the ice cream cone? I made that out of triangles. And if I cut that off, look at that. Like a frisbee, isn't it? It's called a hexagon. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So much play you can have. And you don't have to even know the names of things. You just have to count the number of edges. Oh, and we do call them edges. Can you say Tyrannosaurus? Oh, let me ask you. Can you say Tyrannosaurus Rex? I know you can. And therefore you can say edges. Say edges. These are edges. The straight bits, they're edges. And these pointy bits here, that's a vertex. Can you say vertex? Vertex. If you've got lots of them, they're called vertices. But anyway, vertex. And that's all we need to know for 2D shapes. So here we go. And we're going to, now that I've made my lovely hexagon with 6 edges, now I'm going to cut it all up to make lots of triangles with, oh, look, there's another shape there. Turn it that way up. It's a boat. If you put it that way up, what could it be? What about that way up? Could it be something else that way? You can have lots of fun while you're cutting out these lovely shapes. And I only need a few just to do this. So keep cutting them out, keep discovering shapes as you keep cutting out. I need a few. So here's another shape. Now this is a different shape. Can you see the lovely patterns I've made on there? I've made something, made a giant triangle there. I'm going to cut that one out. I like that one there. Giant triangle. I'm going to cut that one out. We can cut all of these triangles out and have a look, see what is the same and what is different. I'll cut these out later on. I'll need those later, but for now I'm just going to use these. What is the same and what is different about all these triangles? I've got a few like that, and now I'm making a few that are slightly different. So, are the edges the same length? Are the vertices, is this vertex the same as that? If you put them together, what happens? What's the same and what's different? Are the edges the same? Have a look at the edges. So this is what you can do when you're playing with them. Let me see what else I can discover. Can we make other shapes? While I'm doing that, let's see if you can see other shapes. I'm going to put a few of these together and see if you can spot anything else. Hooray. Got different ones going here. Oh, we've got that. What else can we do? Oh, we can put these together. But that, why doesn't that work? We just got it out of a hexagon, but we can't get it back in a hexagon. Why not? What's the problem? What's going on there? Right, we've got some more shapes over here. We've got another shape here. We're not going to do all of them, but I've got here another card with another very similar shape. What have we got here? We've got, cut this out. Again, you can make patterns out of these. And cut this one out. Now, while I'm cutting the other ones out, you're going to have a look at the ones that are left on the table and see. I'm going to put 2 on there, and you can have a look, see. Woo, come back, all is forgiven. So, have a look. We've got these here, and now I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to put this one here. And while I'm cutting out the next bit, see what you think. We've got that one there, we've got that one there, oh look, we can put that one there. Let's see, what else can we do here? Can you see what is similar and what is different? Let me cut another one out of this so we can do some more comparisons, and that's what you can do. Once you've got them together, you can compare them and see what is the same and what is different. Now I've got another one coming up, You ready? You ready for this one? Now, because I was curious about something, got that there, got that there. Oh, I know what I was curious about. This one here. What if I put that one on there? What is the same for that one there? What is the same and what is different? They don't look as though they match at all, but they do in some way match. Okay, now I've got some more big ones to cut out. And which one's bigger and which one's smaller? There we go. Right, there's a few there for you, a few more. And then finally, got one more. And look at that. That one is super tall. So how can that one match up to this one? How can they possibly be able to be put together? And look at that. Whoa, it's like a long hexagon. It's super long. It's a lot taller than it is wide. You can make different types of shapes. It's the same shapes as you made before, but also different. Same yet different. And now we're going to cut these out. And when I've got a couple cut out, then you can have a look at them and work out what is the same and what is different, and how you set them all aside and decide which ones go together, so we can make piles of triangles that are all the same. We can put piles of triangles that are similar. So we can start with how many of these shapes are triangles. We're going to put one big pile of all the triangles. So which one should we put in the pile of triangles? That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. They've all got 1, 2, 3 edges, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, all right, they're all triangles. They all go in the big pile. Now, we're going to maybe find a pile of triangles where all the edges are the same. Now, how do we know? If we look at that one, is that edge the same? Is that edge the same? Is that edge the same? All the edges are the same. So let's find all the triangles in here and sort them out where are all the same as that one. Is that the same as that one? We can sort them in. Is that one? Check it out. Is that the same? Is that the same? Check them all out, and then maybe find ones where, are there any others where all the edges are the same? And pile them all up so that you've got them all in neat piles of all the different types of triangles. And then with your grown-up, we're going to see if we can make a pyramid. So I'm going to start off by putting some tape. This will be the base of my pyramid. I'm going to put a bit of tape on all the edges. Now I'm using this masking tape because you can paint it. You can't paint it, well, you can always use markers as well, but you can paint this. So now, you can use other triangles to make a pyramid. Oh, look, they've got to fit the edge sizes. So that edge fits there. That's good. We might have to leave it just a little bit. We need to leave a little bit of space there for them to fold in. But anyway, you can just do the best you can. Now, find another one that matches. Okay, that one matches. Find another one that matches. Let's see. That one match. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. What is going to happen when we bring them all together? Oh. Look. We've made a pyramid. That's our first pyramid. Fantastic. Now we want to see if we can make any other pyramids. Oh my goodness, I'm going to take these off. Now you can keep those together and tape it all up and paint it and make it really, really nice. But let's see if there's anything else we can add. So we've got those ones. Well, what if we just left one of those on? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm just playing, just like you will be playing. Let me see. Well, if I put that one there and then I make a pyramid, well, those two don't fit. So that's not going to work, is it? What if I put that one there and then I put, have I got one that fits? What about this one? Oh, that one fits there. Look, that one fits there. So maybe that will work if I put that one there and then that one there. So so far does it fit? But then what shape do I need for the other one now? Let's see, does this one fit here? No, that one doesn't fit. Let's see, because we've got to match the edges. So we've got short edge there. How many different lengths have we got as well? That's another question. That one matches there, but it doesn't match there. Have we got anywhere it's got two short edges and one long one? What about this one? That's got it's got too many long ones. So what about this one? That's got, oh, look at that. That's got two short edges. You can compare it with this. Two short edges and one long one. That matches that one. That's a long one. So that's got two short edges and one long one. Let's see if it fits. Will we be able to fit it into our pyramid? Oh, look at that. That's another different pyramid. Oh my goodness. So that's two pyramids we've made. And you can keep going and with all these lovely triangles and see how many pyramids you can make and then decorate them all and then take pictures and send them in, and put them on here or just post them on the group. And with all the lovely pyramids that you've managed to make, and put your age as well, so that other children in the group can see who has been doing what, because your age, what you do depends on how much experience you have, how much you've done. So someone who's 18 is really, really old and they've got lots of experience and they can do lots of things. And if you're 5, then what you do is going to be might have some dinosaurs on it, or it might have some lol on it, or it might have some unicorns on it if you're 5. But if you're 18, well, it might be a bit more serious. But it might still have unicorns on it, because even 18-year-olds like unicorns. Right, I think we've done loads. So that's for grown-ups. Print it out, and if you don't have a means to print it out, then if you go back to the beginning of this live, there are instructions. I started about 9:25 to show how to actually make triangles using a ruler, protractor, and a compass. And if you don't have a compass, that's okay. You can still use like a piece of string. You can improvise with a piece of string. Just use the length of a piece of string. Just hold it in place. So it's all depend. Just what you do need is a ruler. You need to be able to do accurate measurements. And we're working on 6 centimeters and 8.5 centimeters for the model that we made, and then for the ones that I drew. And then here they are. Look, those are the ones that we drew using a ruler and a protractor, or you can also use a compass, and also you can use just a piece of string if you don't have a compass. You'll work it out. Anything is possible. So fantastic. I'm now going to, that's the end of today. So thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe on our YouTube, Bubbly Maths YouTube, and subscribe on Maths Toys YouTube. And then we've got the AIMSEC Facebook page, which has lots of activities that you can just go and do each day. But each day there's a new one that's put up. And then please do join our Facebook Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages. And tell everybody about it. If you're enjoying what we're doing, please do share it with put the post on your profile with the link to the group, to the Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages group, and we're helping as many people as we can with maths at home. Thank you very much. I'm going to have a look now, see who else has joined us. Margaret Giuseppe. Bon dia, Giuseppe. And Sarah, hi Sarah, she's in America. Barry Roberts, hello. Stephen Ainsley, he's in Portugal. And okay, good stuff. Right. I'm going to finish that live now, and then I've got to do editing and whatnot later, but I've got a few things to do before I do that. So just you can rewatch it on the live, and just making sure that we've got no comments on here, because we did have comments yesterday and I didn't see them. That is tragic. That's terrible. Didn't see the comments. But I don't know if there are comments. I'm sorry, I can't see them yet. They're not coming up. So all I can do is say I'll type in a response later. So I'm now going to end the live, and I will see you 8 o'clock tonight. There's preparation for tomorrow, which is based on, it's called, it's a game about making stars. It's geometry, but it's really pretty. It's lots of fun. And 8 o'clock tonight, and then 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll a session from 7 to 18-year-olds, and again 10 o'clock for early years. See you later. Can I do this? I know I could do it. I could do it. I could do anything. There we go. Thank you very much.